Hey neighbor, what was Mr. Norseman hyped for, but it completely flopped? The home gang. You see, JF14880 totally challenged my friend Jam the Unbroken. And he did it by the old ways. Boy oh boy was he surprised when he found out the challenge is allowed to nominate a champion. That was Mr. Norseman. That was an honor. JF14880 gave a 7-day time frame for an answer. And he never answered. So by the old way that he wanted to use, that makes him a knittinger. Google it. It's lower than an earthworm's belly, I'll tell you what. I was so looking forward to coming out of retirement for a charity pay-per-view match. And when it sank in what an utter failure and face-flop JF14880's challenge was, I went to the Havamol and reflected. Havamol 27. The ignorant booby had best remain silent when he moves around other men. No one will know what a nitwit he is until he begins to talk. No one knows less what a nitwit is than the man who talks too much. Earning a hammer is not a custom. You can just put one on. And challenging somebody for their hammer or demand they take it off if they lose, that's not a thing either. But if you want to be a pretend Viking and use the old ways, you better be prepared to back it up the old way. Yes, it had to be adapted from the old ways because we're not just allowed to run around unaliving each other. And I was fully prepared to lose. I mean, what's a few missing teeth amongst friends? You know, they had a caste system back in the day, and I want to say this very loudly. I want it to sink in. Not everybody can be a warrior, and that's okay. Farmers were needed too. Ironic back in the old days that the berserkers would get the home gang banned and made illegal. They were abusing it because they could. But even in that same logic today, you want to be a newtsy plagan? That's fine. But you will reap what you sow, farmer. Because there are still good people out there willing to champion for those who are also farmers, who have a very good use. Mr. Norseman is a firm believer that the honor system of the old days can still be applied today, and he lives by it, because it was those with honor who would step up for those who could not defend themselves, by those that would abuse the system, or invent their own. So let this be a lesson to all those that go around challenging for people to take off their hammers. That's not a thing, but by the old ways, challenging people is. And if you fuck around, you're gonna find out. Be safe out there in the neighborhood, folks. And if you're gonna spar, make sure you're trained for endurance and wear pads. Bullies are cowards. And civil discourse is way cheaper than a dental bill. Ah-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.